All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Boston Concessions. I am your host, Topher. Welcome. It is the trade deadline. And what does that mean? It means that everybody is vying for a position within what they are doing in the MLB, especially with the trade deadline looming, which means people are going to be given their shirts off their back and everything in between for what will be the chase for the postseason. Again, I am your host, Topher. We are brought to you by SSBN, Small State Big Network. This is basically a big monumental day for anybody in the MLB. Teams will be vying for position, whether to give up the prospects to get what they need in order to get to the postseason, in order for that coveted World Series championship. And we are going to cover that live today. There have already been trades in the mix. Some people have just been already blowing out of proportion within a couple things. There's a lot of people on the move. The biggest thing we're going to be talking about is, what are the Red Sox going to be doing from here? Are they going to be buyers? Are they going to be sitting on their rear ends? Or are they actually blowing smoke to us fans and actually becoming sellers that, well, we're not really expected for? And today, joining me is the one, the only, Al Nahigian, Tuck Rule Takes, the co-host and best all-around baseball guy I know. Al, you got the trade sweats yet, buddy?
Well, first of all, obviously, always happy to come on with you, Toph. It's always fun, always a pleasure. And yeah, this trade deadline right now, it's starting to heat up because obviously, as we're recording at about 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's an hour and a half left of the deadline. You know, deals are going to be flying in. And don't forget, too, there's usually a couple deals that flow in at like the 6:02, 6:03, 6:05 kind of minute. So once it hits 6 o'clock, it's not done yet. So I'm intrigued to see what other trades besides the Red Sox are going to be, because there's some big ones that happened in the past couple minutes here.
Yep. We've got Cedric Mullins going over to the Mets. They already did their due diligence by acquiring a pitcher. But now getting Mullins from Baltimore is huge. Carlos Correa going back to the Astros in the trade with the Twins. The one that shocked me was Miller going from the A's all the way over to the Padres. Considering, didn't they send over a relief pitcher already to the Yankees?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. And also, too, they have Robert Suarez. So the question is, are they going to keep him and form like an 8th, 9th inning tandem with Suarez and Mason Miller? Or do they want to get Suarez off the books and just make Miller the 9th inning guy and already trust your bullpen? Let me ask you this, Topher, real quick, just to kind of kick this off. I know, obviously, the deadline hasn't ended yet. But if you had to, let's just say hypothetically it's over now. Who are your, we'll call it three winners and 3 losers right now of this MLB trade deadline? Because I got a couple teams in mind.
Well, right now, like, I'm looking at the Mets. The Mets right now are looking like an all-in situation. They want to win. They're acquiring the pieces in order to win. They're going forward with getting the right pieces, bullpen help, just anything that they can get that'll be valuable for them to at least go into a postseason that they haven't been in a very long time. And when I'm not talking about just like the start of it, like, you know, the AL, like the AL wild, like not the AL, but the National League wild card, or just the first round of the playoffs. I'm talking like deep into where they go into the World Series. This Mets team has basically spent money. They're willing to gesture in. They're willing to put the time and the effort in order to do so. So this, right now, they're putting all their eggs in a basket in order to go forth. Second team, I would probably say, it's kind of hard because the Phillies kind of have like a little bit of an itch where they kind of want to get something, but I haven't seen anything that's going to basically be giving them strength. It's kind of like the focus of, hey, I've gotten a little bit better, but am I World Series better? The only other team I could think of is the Yankees. because the Yankees are giving away some pieces. They are also getting some pieces again to availability. And also to bring them like right up to like the speed of like where they're going to be in the playoffs to try to like at least take over for losing that top spot to the Blue Jays. That's my take on the top three. Al, what do you got since you raised the question?
So I'm gonna agree with you on the Mets, especially because of the bullpen. I mean, they added Taylor Rogers and Ryan Presley. Those are two good bullpen arms to be in front of Edwin Diaz. So the Mets are going for it. I give them credit. You know, they call him Uncle Stevie there. He's willing to, throw out bags of money, but he wants to make his team good because he wants them to win a World Series. He's proved that. He's willing to do anything. So credit to the Mets for that. I am going to throw the Phillies into that conversation. I know you were kind of like so, but I'm throwing them in there. They got Johan Duran from Minnesota. They also got Harrison Bader today, I think from Minnesota too. So you got an outfield bat that you needed, and you got a closer that you needed. Dylan Davey Dombrowski. That name sound familiar? Because I miss him just about now. Because I miss when the Red Sox were in on those trades and they made those big moves. So they're a winner. And then the one team you didn't mention that I think has really come along late, especially today, the San Diego Padres. I mean, the Padres, they just got Ryan Ahern from the Orioles 10 minutes ago. They got Mason Miller earlier, like you said. Now, the thing with A.J. Preller is he gives up a lot of good prospects that end up being really good players. So I give him his credit for trying to make the Padres better now, but are they in a position to really contend for the NL West when you have the Dodgers in there? I don't know. I mean, the Giants are kind of fading a little bit. The Diamondbacks are being sellers. Like, we still haven't heard about Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen. I think they're going to end up going. Eugenio Suarez is now in Seattle. So, I mean, maybe the Padres saw a window there, but I don't know really what Preller's doing. And I'm just going to say this, the one big loser, and it maybe because it's, biased to me, but it is the Boston Red Sox. They are a big loser right now. You added Steven Matz. Actually, before I get into that, did you want to add anything to the winners before? I'm sorry. I'm going off.
It's okay. This is why I have you here, because I know Tucker Rules you talk a lot of football and everything like that, and it's great, but I know like one of your absolute dear passions is baseball. Mm-hmm. So of course, coming on here when I can just ramble on anything is always the wonderful. The one thing I was going to bring up, to the one team I forgot that's an honorable mention, is the Blue Jays, because they did actually go out and acquire Shane Bieber from the Guardians.
Yeah, that was a good pickup. I give them credit for that one.
And they didn't give up a lot. So I can actually give them a ton of credit, because getting a pitcher like that, if he turns around and works his way, I know he's had like a little bit of like some sort of issue, but he's still been a decent pitcher for like all the years he's pitched. Especially this year, he's had ups and downs, but of course the Cleveland Guardians have been that up and down team. If he can come onto a Blue Jays platform and actually pitch the way he's been years before, I see them being a more dominant place in the AL East and giving not only the Yankees but the Red Sox a good run for their money. And my follow-up with that was, I know they got Steven Matz from St. Louis. I wanted to know your take on it, how you felt about it. They did give up like a top prospect, but did you see that prospect really going anywhere? Not only in just the Boston farm system, but you just see him doing anything, because he's kind of been hovering, and he was a leftover from what was supposed to be the Nolan Arenado trade.
Yeah, so just so people know, the prospect that Topher's talking about is Blaze Jordan. He was in AAA. He was actually hitting above 300, and I think had like an 850 OPS, I'm pretty sure. So he was, and he started in AA when the season started and moved up AAA. So he's been moving up the ranks. I have no problem with that deal, because it does a couple things for you, right? So I'll say this. I like the deal because Steven Matz is another lefty. He's going to come in and throw a ton of strikes. He's not going to walk many people. And you kind of need that guy, because Brendan Bernardino and Chris Murphy have kind of been getting overused. So you can give one of them a break, or maybe if you have to release one of them. If I had to guess, it'd probably be Chris Murphy, because Bernardino was really good to start the year. And I think you just, again, need some time to just need some time to just like reset and everything and get, like basically not have dead arm essentially. But I mean, with that being said, Blaze Jordan was not going to play here. He was blocked at first base by Tristan Casas, and now Christian Campbell, it looks like, if Casas isn't your long-term answer at first base. And at third base, I mean, right now you have Alex Bregman, and I think you have some minor leaguers and stuff too that you could have, but at least for the next like 3 to 5 years, I didn't see a spot on this team for Blaze Jordan. So if you're doing that to try to get something this year and try to go to the playoffs, great. But if Steven Matz is your big and only move that you make for a team that should be more aggressive in buying to make sure that you secure a wild card spot, then no, I'm not going to be happy about that, because it's a Weasley, like, oh, I traded with our former chief baseball officer, Chaim Bloom. Like, that's who you made the trade with. That's why you got the trade, because Chaim Bloom loved Blaze Jordan. So right now I am being very pessimistic, and I think rightfully so. I think this Red Sox team, especially Craig Breslow and John Henry, they need to realize if they want to make the playoffs like they're saying how bad they want to, then you better show it in this next hour and 15 minutes. And a name like Joe Ryan from the Twins, or Zach Gallen or Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks, or, a bat like Yandy Diaz from the Rays, even though the Rays say they're not trading him, you got to make moves, because only getting one reliever when you need so much more, especially when you don't have a fifth starting pitcher, is unacceptable to me.
Talking with Big Al Nahigian, as I call him, Big Al. We love Big Al. Al, I know me and you have talked, and one of the things we've gone on about is, of course, Rafael Devers going to San Francisco. Mm-hmm. He was traded. Basically, a lot of people just say like the trade was kind of small. It brought a couple pitchers. It brought one prospect back over. And basically put the Red Sox in a little bit of a better situation. Looking at the trade from there to now, can you say the Red Sox were at a better standpoint than what they were when they had Rafael Devers? Is Rafael Devers in a better spot? And how does this now affect them going into this trade deadline within what they have to work with?
So just to be clear, are you asking basically, are they better off with not having Devers, or would they still be better having Devers? Is that what you're asking? I just want to make sure I have that. Okay. Just want to make sure. So I think the next hour and 15 minutes is going to be very telling of that as well, because what was the thing that the Red Sox ownership and management wanted us to believe? Rafi Devers was traded to create, quote from Craig Breslow, financial flexibility, right? So you get rid of that big contract off the books. You're under the thresholds that you want to be under. I think you were under the second apron, and you were even teetering toward that first apron. So now you have some room to work with. So now, do you use that flexibility to actually go out and get guys to help you become that much better? Or were you full of shit? Because it's hard to replace 30 plus home runs, 100 plus RBIs, and a top bat in the lineup every single year, no matter how much of a pain in the ass Rafi Devers was, which I think he was a pain in the ass, to be completely honest. But if you don't use that to help your ball club now, it shows a couple things. It shows you don't care about the organization. You don't care about Alex Cora, the manager. You don't care about the players. And most importantly, you don't care about the fans. You don't care about this fan base. You just care about your money. You just care about cutting every corner that you can. And they can say all they want and try to portray in the media all they want, but they truly don't care about making the playoffs and making a playoff run. Because if they did, we would have like a good move by now, and not just Steven Matz.
Do you also feel to the fact, like within trading Devers and getting what they got, one was financial flexibility, but it was also within the fact of like, should he have gotten the contract? Should he have been given the contract? And one of the things that I see, which is the reason why I asked that question, was fans came out, and the one thing they stated was they wanted to see something where, hey, we can sign somebody because we let Mookie Betts walk out, we traded them away. The other piece we did was we actually let Xander Bogaerts walk out the door. And now we have like our third guy, which is one of your better hitters and everything like that. Please don't let him go. Please don't go. And John Henry and company decided to like make the big deal for, $300+ million. Do you feel like it was a mistake given the fact of like his weakness at third base? And with this, is this going to make them stronger for even if they don't do anything this trade deadline? Do you think they're going to get stronger by next year or even like within the next 2 years, given the fact that the minor league positions that they have that are now up here, will that make them better?
What I think is people that still talk about Rafi Devers, and this isn't just for you, Topher, this is for anybody that still tries to find a way to bring Rafi Devers into everything. I think they need to stop with that, because at this point, Devers is gone. He's in San Francisco. He's playing first base. He's enjoying life by the bay. Great. Good for you. You have your money, and now you're in a warm weather climate with your World Series ring and your contract. So good. Take that. Do I think that this will help with, potentially getting better in the offseason? If they want it to. That's part of my problem here. I don't think they want to. I think they want to do just enough so that way you can get fans to believe, but they won't go to that second gear, right? Let's think about this, Topher. Let's go blast from the past for a second. Let's go back to 2004, just for a second here. Red Sox lose in 2003 to the Yankees. They're having a good year in 2004. What do they do in the offseason? They go and get Curt Schilling to add to the rotation. So now you have a 1-2 of Pedro Martinez and Curt Schilling. That's a very good 1-2. And then what do they do at the deadline? Yes, they traded fan favorite Nomar Garciaparra. I understand. I loved Nomar as a kid. I'm sure you loved Nomar. Everybody loved Nomar. You didn't love Nomar?
I liked him. I liked the aspect between like the Yankees Red Sox, rivalry between everything between like Derek Jeter and Nomar. But the one thing I kept on seeing was that the Yankees kept on winning with Jeter, and the Red Sox kept on losing in certain ways with Nomar. So It was kind of a, is he really going to be something that is going to be spectacular? And even with his steady decline over the past year or two before he was traded, which you could see, even when he was traded to the Cubs, what did he do? Another 2-3 years in the league, and then he was done?
Right, but here's the thing with that. They trade Nomar at the deadline. Who do they get in return? They get Dave Roberts, who has one of the most famous steals in MLB postseason history, not just Red Sox history, but postseason history, that helps with the 3-0 comeback in the ALCS 2004. They get Doug Minkiewicz to help with their defense at first base because Kevin Millar was not that great defensively. They also got Orlando Cabrera. You shored up your shortstop defense because Nomar's defense was declining at that point, and they brought in a young Orlando Cabrera that handled shortstop really well. So you brought back 3 pieces. Sure enough, you win a World Series title. You don't want to buy into that one? Okay, let's go more recent. Let's go 2018, okay? And this was set in motion in 2014 because you had all the young pieces in place. Bogaerts had just won a title the year before in 2013 with that whole crew. Mookie Betts was on the up and up. Jackie Bradley Jr., I know we hate him, but at that time, people thought he was on the up and up. So what did they do in 2015? What did they do in 2016? They go and get David Price. And David Price at that time was as big a name as ever. They sign him to a big deal. Okay, David Price doesn't work out. What do they do the next offseason? They trade for Chris Sale. And then in 2018, when just about all the pieces are being put together, what do they do then? It took a while, but they got it done. They went and got JD Martinez in February of 2018 to add to that lineup as your middle bat because you were missing that from when Ortiz retired in 2016. So,
which was a big need what they needed, and he was monumental for the team as well.
Correct, exactly. And what did they do there, Topher? They were aggressive. They did what they needed to do. They were buying, they were trading, they were doing whatever, and it ended up in World Series titles in those time periods. And now since then, the 2019 season didn't go how you wanted to. Then you had the COVID season, which, let's be honest, we really don't count the COVID season for anything. So now 2021 happens. You, at the deadline, get Kyle Schwarber. Remember this, Topher. Schwarber was injured at the time that the Red Sox got him at the deadline. If Schwarber was fully healthy, do you think the Red Sox get Schwarber at that time?
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, also, they didn't really get, like, they got him for, like, a pretty okay package. The part that basically stung me was they already had, again, stacked outfield, and you know, does it remind you of anything? They still needed the first baseman, and they basically needed a pure first baseman since that time. Tristan Casas has actually taken some merit, like, to where he can be, but he hasn't been stout. He hasn't been, like, anything locked in. So getting a rural first baseman that'll A, be healthy, and B, do what they need for the team is basically what you're hunting for. And also, you're right. This team and any Red Sox team, once they have a 1-2 or a 1-2-3 or even a 1.5, it makes for good baseball because there's always the number one, which is your ace, running on all cylinders with the number 2 backing up everything. And then the number 3, the number 4, number 5 get less stress off their back, and they look like superstars. That's basically what you're wanting and what you're needing in this situation. And even for me, I'm not even seeing it at all.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem, Topher. You're not seeing enough aggression to want to win. Right now, and maybe it's the maybe it's the bias in me, but I'm looking at this Red Sox team, and just answer this quickly with a quick kind of yes or no. Do you feel like this Red Sox team this year is different compared to 2024 and 2023? I do.
Do I think they're compared to the team itself?
Compared to the last 2 years at the deadline. Don't you feel a little better about this team than you did the 2024 team and the 2023 team?
I can basically state it because one of the things I mentioned when I did the first month recap, which anybody can go on YouTube and actually review, because it was a wonderful episode. The one thing you can basically look into is they had a small step up. They weren't doing so much within what they were doing, but there was differences as it went. And of course, like, as the team continued to move forward, they basically left last year and the year before in the dust. It's basically been the small characteristics that you've seen. And especially with, like, the up and down losing, when they went on that 10-game skid, it was the best since 2018. It was, they got into July, 10 games in, going into the All-Star break, and they also haven't looked back. I mean, a lot of people actually expected them when they were playing the Dodgers, when they were playing, who else did they play on that trip? They played the Phillies, the Dodgers. Yeah. Like, it was basically like, hey, this is going to go into the garbage heap. Oh, God, we're going to come out of the All-Star break looking like bums again. And they didn't do half as bad as what you expected. They actually took 2 out of 3 games from the Dodgers.
I know.
They expected to get smoked.
So to answer it, it sounds like you're in agreement. They're better right now at the 2025 deadline than they were the last 2 years. We can agree on that.
Yes, that can be in full agreement.
Okay, so if that's the case, and you're right, because I full-heartedly agree with you. If that's the case, right now your pitching rotation, your starting rotation is Garrett Crochet, who's thrown more innings now than he has in his entire MLB career as far as this point in the season. They already pushed him back to the Kansas City series. He's not even going to pitch in the Houston series this weekend. You have Brian Bayo, who has been up and down. You have Lucas Giolito, who's still coming back from an injury. He had a really hot stretch from about June till the All-Star break, and then, came out a little bit skittish, but had a good start against the Twins the other day. And then you have Walker Buehler that, let's face it, he's been a disappointment this year in Boston. So you have those four, and you don't have a number 5 starter because Tanner Houck, not coming back for the foreseeable future. Cutter Crawford, done for the season. Patrick Sandoval, done for the season. Hunter Dobbins, done for the season. You should already, by now, have a starting pitcher on a plane to Boston being like, hey, you're going to start either Friday against the Astros or you're going to start in the Royals series. You should have that figured out. And the fact that you don't shows that either you don't care enough, which is what I think it is, or the second thing that I think it could be, and I think this could partly be true, the prices were so high, especially for prospects, they didn't feel comfortable with doing anything. And that's what I think is happening here.
Yep. And I made this comment on someone's TikTok, and I actually want to get to a question. Trilligan is actually in the chat, and they say, who are you guys wanting in the final hour, though? I'll be safe to say this. If it's somebody with a pulse that can help this Red Sox team, I'm fine with it. I would love Joe Nathan. I think he would be a perfect fit. He'd be a perfect number 2. Couple bit of team control, a little bit more. But as Al just stated, and it's a comment I made on a TikTok the other day when someone was going off and they need to do this, they need to do this. It's like, yes, you're putting forth what they want and what they need to do. We all know that. But the question is, why do they need to do it? What are they getting? What are they hunting for? What are they going to piece together with it? Why is this going to be a big deal? Where is the whole thing going to come from? And Al hit the head on the hit the nail right in the head. To me, I can state to the fact I want Joe Nathan. But if the package deal is someone like Marcelo Meyer, and Campbell, and say a broken down Casas because we can trade him, are you willing to do that? No, because that's 2 out of your 3 that are basically going to be your next big thing. If someone's looking at Ceddanne Rafaela, forget it. Just hang up the phone, walk away. There's a reason why when the offer for Jarren Duran came in for Dylan Cease, I think it was Ethan Salas, and I forget the third guy, Boston said no, because Dylan Cease is a rental. He's been trashed this year. It's not even worth it, and it's way overpaying for someone of that nature. Yes, even Ethan Salas, their up-and-coming catcher that is supposed to be one of the top prospects of baseball, he's been basically swinging at Yardwood. No, leave it out. Leave it. I know I know they wanted Jarren Duran so badly. They wanted to pitch so many things, and they wanted to get rid of Dylan Cease. But in the method, it's can you really be doing all that and then some? It's kind of a waste.
I know.
I'm thankful they said no to the deal.
And speaking of another team real quick, the Minnesota Twins, right? Look at all the trades that they have made at the trade deadline. Trade away Carlos Correa, trade away Chris Paddock, trade away Brock Stewart, trade away Johan Duran, trade away Harrison Bader. It's a fire sale.
Yep.
You have a rental in Joe Ryan that you probably are not going to sign back. At least that's what I think, at least. I'm going to double check the contract on Joe Ryan real quick. He might have 1 extra year of control. I think
he has 2.
Is it 2 here? Let's double check on Spotrac. So on Spotrac, of course, it won't load when I need it to, but okay, so he has arbitration next year, arbitration the year after that, and he's an unrestricted free agent in 2028. So basically what you said, 2 years of control.
Yep.
But you're trading away everybody else. This is a Minnesota Twins team, Topher, that made the playoffs 2 years ago. They made the playoffs in 2023. They beat Toronto in the first round of the playoffs and got to the divisional series. And now they're major fire sellers. So if you are the Red Sox and you see all these guys, right, Why would you not be? And maybe they are, and maybe it's just asking way too much. Why are you not on the phone with Minnesota and you say to them, listen, Joe Ryan, you're not, why are you keeping Joe Ryan? You're going to go into a rebuild. Joe Ryan can help us. We can give you a couple prospects. If I'm the Red Sox right now, and people might not like this, but frankly, I don't care. My starting offer to the Twins right now, I would give them Joe Hoxton Garcia, the password. I would offer up the password. I would offer up David Sandlin, who's another minor leaguer, and I would offer up Wilyer Abreu. That's my starting deal right there. I'm not throwing in Jarren Duran. Jarren Duran has had the best month this season in July. He is proving that he is going back a little bit to his 2024 form, which, by the way, was really good. I think he was top 10 in MVP voting almost. I could be wrong with that. He was all-star game MVP. You're not trading Jarren Duran. You're not trading Roman Anthony. You're not trading Cedar Rafaela. You're not trading those guys. So why not take full advantage of Wilyer Abreu, who won you a Gold Glove last year, hits for power, and could be the headline piece in getting Joe Ryan here. Because if you got Joe Ryan here, Topher, you go into a playoff series, you've got Garrett Crochet number 1, Joe Ryan number 2, Brian Bayo number 3. Good luck trying to beat that team in a playoff series with the way that they're going. So again, I think the Red Sox can be aggressive, and I think they should be. In this last hour, I would be hounding the Twins because the Twins are getting rid of everybody.
So this is not Red Sox breaking, but the San Diego Padres have acquired infielder Will Wagner from the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the Astros are still pursuing Dylan Cease. Why?
That deal's going to get done. That's going to get done. You watch.
Yeah, I could probably see that.
I mean, even just real quick, even the Yankees, who Red Sox fans naturally we hate, they're going out and making moves. They got Ryan McMahon from Colorado. Today they got David Bednar from Pittsburgh, the closer, after getting Devin Williams from the Brewers in the offseason. You might not like the Yankees if you're a Red Sox fan, but I'm going to give them respect here. When they need something, they go get it. They act like a big market team. The Padres, who I mentioned earlier, they are a big market team now. I'm not saying as big as like the Dodgers, like Los Angeles, Boston, New York, but they have become, one of those teams that will do anything, and I mean anything, to get what they need. And AJ Preller proves that. So,
well, the better step up is like you said, it's. I mean, I will sit there and I will look at Craig Breslow and I will state to the fact he hasn't done as bad of a job as what people point the smoke and mirrors to. He needs to be better. He needs to have a backbone and step up and actually go for the pieces that he wants.
Yep.
And again, I agree with the fact of and Trillian, please don't hate us for saying this, but Wilyer Abreu fitting into the fact of you keep a leader on the team, which is Jarren Duran. You keep someone who is basically, how do I say this? It's brought in vibes of 04 back to me again with when you're talking about the idiots of baseball as the Red Sox were. And what is that basically bringing into the fray? It's bringing in that the helmet, the Wally helmet.
Yeah.
When you hit a home run and you do everything, stuff like that, that's what you need. Okay? If you're going out acting like a business and doing everything like that, that's great. That's fine. Baseball is technically now in the ever days is a business. But when you can sit back, have fun, and do everything, and you're showing to the fact that, hey, we can win, we can lose. I mean, think of all the baseball movies out there. what has a lot of it actually been? You can be serious and you can look like, your days are ended and like, oh my God, this game is trash. But then you look at other people that are like out there having fun and you're wondering, hey, why isn't my dugout like this? Why isn't my team like this? And the one thing I will say is like, there are some guys that they seem like they're faking it. But
Right.
there's other guys that are on the ride because they know what's expected of it.
Yep.
And yes, free Vaughn Grissom. Maybe he should be involved in the trade, considering he feels like his voice has been like basically like, "Hey, I'm going nowhere on this team. Thank you very
He
much."
feels like he's going to be out of here too. So I would throw him in the trade package too. This is a smaller trade, and it's not a Red Sox trade, but the Dodgers are acquiring outfielder Alex Call from the Nationals, according to Jeff Passan and Ken Rosenthal. There's another team, the Nationals. Mackenzie Gore was sitting there. Why not go after him? Like another lefty too, but it's starting to just not starting to. It's just the same thing. It's the same thing that I tried to not get myself into, but it's hard as a fan to not get into. I woke up this morning. I said, okay, they got Steven Matz. They need to add a pitcher. They need to add a first baseman. And if they want to get really crazy, add a backup catcher. Mm-hmm. That would take care of a lot. But they haven't done any of the three yet. And you know what? The backup catcher thing, if you think Connor Wong's turned a corner, I know he had 3 extra base hits, I think, in the Twin Series. Okay, fine. Like,
has he hit an RBI yet?
Yeah, he has an RBI. I got one in June, but he's gotten a couple more, I think. But the first base problem, if you're really going to go into the rest of the season and think that either a platoon of Abraham Toro and Romy Gonzalez or bringing Christian Campbell back up is going to save you for the season, you're really mistaken. And it's sad because you could have used Josh Naylor. You could have used Ryan Ahern. And again, it doesn't sound like Yandy Diaz is going to be getting traded from the Rays, who, by the way, they're falling farther and farther out of the race. So I'm surprised they're not sellers, especially after trading Zach Little to the Reds last night. So
I think in hindsight to the fact that, Tampa Bay just needed to, I hate saying so many times, but Tampa Bay needed to actually have the jurisdiction that, hey, we're playing good ball. Now we're not playing good ball. What do we need to do? Do we need to hold this? Do we need to pitch everybody off? What are we going to do? I mean, I understand why Baltimore would actually be dropping a lot of players like Ryan O'Hearn and probably shopping like 1 or 2 other guys. Why? Because they've been dead last again in the AL East. And what was it, 2 years ago? 3 years ago, they were fighting for a top, and you expected them to hold their own, and now they're bottom of the barrel. The Red Sox are starting to come back up. They're starting to do everything they need. Where is the team going to maximize every potential that they're doing? And that's what I really need.
I know we all need it at this point. It's not just you. It's not just me. We as a fan base need to see something. Now, we saw some of it in the offseason with the Garrett Crochet trade. You signed Aroldis Chapman, which not a lot of people loved at the time, including myself, but he's been one of the best closers in the MLB this year. There's no doubt about that. You signed Alex Bregman late. So you made some moves. And by the way, nobody talks about this except for the people that are really into it. The same day you got Garrett Crochet, you also traded for Carlos Narvaez, who's been one of your, young promising players, who's been really good behind the dish this year and is probably going to be the future of your catching situation in Boston. So you had moves this offseason, but now it's every trade deadline, or is this going to be the thing? And I hate to say it, but I think as long as John Henry is the owner of this team and you either get Craig Breslow or whoever running it, then you're probably not going to get that. I saw Trilligan's question, how are the Tigers and Blue Jays out buying us? The Tigers know this year, I'll say this about the Tigers. They know that their timeline with Tariq Skubal is shutting quickly. They know once he hits free agency, he's going. So they're maximizing this year and next year to try to do everything they can to win something. especially when they had some playoff success last year. The Blue Jays, I mean, listen, nobody talks about it, but in the offseason, they went and got Max Scherzer. I know Max Scherzer is almost 40, but he is a veteran that's been there before, that's won World Series titles. Like, that's what that Toronto staff needed. And then you went and got Shane Bieber, who Shane Bieber is going to give you good innings, and he's going to be a quality starter for you. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Topher, they still have Jose Barrios, right?
I'm believing so. I haven't heard anything of like him going anywhere or going down. So
okay, so you have those three guys, right? So you got those three guys in the rotation, and you have that offense of Vladdy and Bo Bichette leading the way. And they didn't think that they were. I didn't think they were going to be this good this year. I thought they were going to be a basement team, but
I had fair assumption that the Blue Jays were going to be the mid-market team. They were going to go in with a couple things they wanted to do. They were not going to be like the high stakes up at the top. Your hair looks good, by the way.
Thank you.
But I don't think they were going to be the bottom dwellers. I thought the Rays were not going to have as good as a year as they came up to start with. I thought with a couple things that the Yankees were going to do, they were going to fall on their face. They ended up taking over the AL East. I kind of had a little bit of high hopes for the Red Sox that something would come out of this that would be positive. And when you saw the beginning of the year, I believe me and you talked about this, but the one thing that I continued to see was there was something along the lines of passion and also, just all around togetherness within the clubhouse that was lacking. It just something was not gelling. And I'm not bringing it up to state it, but since the departure of Devers, you have seen a different Red Sox team.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts in the dugout. And it starts growing to on-field antics, playing defense, playing everything that you need to, grinding out for certain hits, not giving up until that final out in the ninth when the game is officially over. So to answer Trilligan's question, how the Tigers and the Blue Jays are outbuying us, they're willing to throw anything because they have those excess pieces and those excess parts that they can just throw and be like, here, take this, take this, take this, take this. Where we value right now Jarren Duran, even though it still shocks me, some Red Sox fans do not value Jarren Duran as other Red Sox fans value him. And that, to me, right now, kind of throws me for a loop. We value people like Vaughn Grissom, who should be either up here or making...
You value Vaughn Grissom. I don't give a shit about Vaughn Grissom. I'm just going to say that right now. He was in the Chris Sale trade and he hasn't done anything. So they clearly don't think much of him. So trade him.
Well, also been blowing up over the past year with like also the end of last year to where he's actually been making statements in games, and it could be something. And of course, like his small rural aspect to being introduced to the Red Sox was not a wonderful one. He's making people know who he is now, and that should be in the back of your mind. So whether you're utilizing him for trade, which I would, because if I'm bringing attention to Vaughn Grissom, it's for a reason. If it gets you Joe Ryan and he can actually give the Minnesota Twins something of depth, great, good, include him, like you said. Look at what we have right now. I mean, aside from giving up Masashi Yoshida, which I know a lot of Red Sox fans want to do, because the question always is, what has this guy done for me lately? He came off the injured list. That's a benefit. What else has he done? He's cost you money because he's been very expensive to be on the injured list, and to what? Have a couple base hits, batting 1-something out of 15 games that he's been here. Don't get me wrong. I understand you're coming back from injury. You're kind of like nursing like back in. But you got to kind of do a little bit more. There are guys that like basically come off of heavy injuries. The next thing you know, they're hitting like home runs out of like 5 games. So there's always differences that you expect. And I would love to see a little bit more. And in this case, I mean, Al, the question basically should, because this also goes within Trilligan's other question, which was earlier. Who are we wanting in the final hour? I know Joe Ryan is basically a wish list because he seems to be a perfect number 2. He seems like he would fit Garrett Crochet in the mix of everything. Is there somebody out there that you could see the Red Sox, or you even seeing Craig Breslow pushing the limit for, to try to acquire at this current time?
Okay, so I'll say this. As far as who do I want in the last hour, I want Joe Ryan. That's the guy I want in this rotation before tomorrow. Now, who do I think they're going to get? I think they're going to end up with Merrill Kelly, 36-year-old from the Arizona Diamondbacks, pitching well. Like, I don't like it either, but I think that that's what they had. And I'm going to say this. So I think something's coming in the next like 5 to 10 minutes because I'm looking through Twitter. Jared Carabas, who's the Section 10 podcast and Baseball is Dead podcast host, both on Underdog Fantasy, they're doing a stream as well, an MLB Trade Deadline stream. People are commenting on Twitter saying that the Section 10 guys, so Jared Carabas, Steve Peralt, Coley Mick, Tyler Milliken, and Jake Yazzie, are all very happy about something. I'm going to say this. They have what's called their scoop shop. And I'm putting that in air quotes because I don't know. They call it the scoop shop. I think they have sources that they don't tell anybody. And they looked really, really happy on stream. So I think the Red Sox are in serious pursuit of something. And I think it's going to come to light within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, it looks to be as of 4:16 p.m. John Heyman of the New York Post and Francis Romero, they first reported this afternoon that Texas was interested in Merrill Kelly. Yep. And USA Today's Bob Nightingale add that the Red Sox are also making a push for the right-hander. So a comment that you made earlier may be basically the signs.
Actually, Topher, hold that thought because I'm going to run to the bathroom real fast. And I'll come right back on. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Keep the thought. I want to hear the thought after. I do want to hear it. Just give me 1 second.
I'll go back into the thought, but like one thing I am looking at as Al departs for the restroom, and we are brought to you by nobody right now. As we have clean moments, and I can let you know that I have a Gatorade bottle underneath because I knew we were going to be here. I'm gonna go into like an aspect that that Al brought up, and I can actually cite it. The moment you get into like a lot of guys looking at pieces, some of the pieces are. I tried to make this a little bit of comment. If you go to a store and you look for something and you know the value of it is A, and somebody tries to charge you B, okay, are you going to buy it even though you badly want it? No, because your value of it is completely separate from what another person values. In the instance of Joe Kelly, he could be basically 2 prospects. However, the Twins want 4. If that be the case that they want 4, could you be the Red Sox and say, no, we're not giving you 4 prospects for Joe Ryan? I don't know why I said Joe Kelly. And it makes sense because now you have to look at your secondary options. Merrill Kelly may be, that's why I said it. Merrill Kelly may be that most unbiased option because he may just be a prospect. He may be just someone that they can give up. Who knows? Vaughn Grissom could go for the man, and that's it. You know, do people say that? Like, what if they get Joe Ryan and Merrill Kelly, and now they have a 1-2-3? I would be completely okay with that because of two reasons. One, it's going to fuel the factor of what we need, but it's also going to fuel like every aspect of what we're going to do. And one of the things we are going to do is we're going to get better. But as me and Al have stated, in order to get better, you kind of have to go for the gusto. You gotta have to open the book and state it. And one of the things that Trilligan brought up in the chat, Sandy Alcantara is not that big of an upgrade over Walker Buehler. I wholeheartedly agree. Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins has had a absolute trash year. He has not pitched well. He is not holding up. I mean, you could basically get him as just an extra if you really wanted him. But to the reason of going out to get him as making him one of those number 2 pitchers, you can't. And the reason why you can't do that is because exactly. Okay. So this is coming in a couple minutes later. They should actually be, then we'll update Al when he gets back. So the Rangers are looking close to acquiring Merrill Kelly. John Gambardo of Arizona Sports at 98.5 FM suggests the D-backs and Texans are moving closer to the deal. So either the Red Sox are not giving up a lot, or it's just the Rangers are giving up more.
You're talking about the Merrill Kelly deal?
Yeah. Yep. So it looks like the Rangers are pulling ahead just to finalize that. So that could be one of the rising aspects. My thought, which I was letting everybody know in chat and everything, is the one thing I can like easily give is not everybody is going to be as forthcoming to give an offer as other people will. We could see Joe Ryan as, hey, he's a 2 prospect guy with a third being an option. However, the Twins could see him as a 4 prospect option, which what does that basically leave you with? You're not going to get him.
We forgot too. Even if the Rangers get Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen's still there. And I like Zach Gallen, big time strikeout pitcher. And we completely forgot about this, Topher. You still have the Miami Marlins with Sandy Alcantara and Edward Cabrera. You got one of those 2 guys, I'd be pumped.
I don't like Sandy Alcantara, especially this year, because like I was telling the chat, Trilligan brought it up to the fact that like he's not that big of an upgrade over Walker Buehler, which is true. I mean, I believe like they're pushing the same ERA. I mean, Sandy Alcantara actually doing like just a change of scenery might be like a good option where he comes in and he's a different man altogether. I'd be fine with that. But not knowing what you're going to get out of him once you acquire him, I mean, if you give up a rock for him, great. If you give up like a high-end prospect, I'm out.
I think it depends what the prospect is. If it's a pitching prospect, is it Peyton Toll? Is David Sandlin? I always forget. Is David Sandlin a pitcher or is he a fielder? I think he's a pitcher. Could be wrong. Let me see here.
I think if he's Vaughn Grissom, everybody's in.
True. All right, David Sandlin's a pitcher. If it was like David Sandlin or Peyton Toll, I wouldn't be happy. If Vaughn Grissom's in the deal, if Password's in the deal, like that's fine. Like
I think Password's going to go for somebody that they want there. Because I really do believe like this kid's probably going to play. He's not going to be a top tier all-star, but he might be someone that comes off the bench, gives you kind of like a Brock Holt feel. And to me, like I would value that, because not only the fact I want to value the guys that are on the field, I want to value the guys that are on the bench too, because that's going to give you all that much if one of your guys goes down, if you have another Tristan Cassis incident, if you have a moment where, okay, like the Bregman being out for like a month and a half, not having somebody to fall back on really, really hurts and stings you. To me, that's basically what I want to see.
Man, I'm waiting because there's 32 minutes officially left in this trade deadline, and there's still so many pieces that can be moved. So I'm waiting to see. Like I said, I got Jeff Passan ready, and I'm trying to see like other guys and stuff too. Like it's tough because now we're in it. Now we're in it, Topher. Like now we're in it. We're invested in it, and I don't want to be, but it's like, it would have been so much better. Like, and I'm obviously glad that they're good. Like, it would have been better if like they were just like selling everybody, because it's like, okay, what prospects? What are you getting back? Because then that would be fun too. But it's like, okay, if they're not going to do anything and they don't end up doing anything, then yeah.
I think that's the part that especially being a Red Sox fan, and I could speak this from the heart. Like a lot of things that hurt you is you want your team to be good. You want your team to be like the absolute best. You want them to have great players, but you also want them to have that chemistry that keeps everything going. Really good product on the field, really good product on the outskirts of the field. Talking about jersey sales, fans in the stands, like people that want to go to games, people that pay the outrageous price of what a game is nowadays. Things like that will basically give you everything you want and more. And a lot of times you are right. And one of the things I was thinking of was, since 2018, 2019, there has not been anything that has brought Boston into basically stated, is there anything you can have around you that's going to get somebody to come here? And in some ways, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, there wasn't really a lot that basically screamed, hey, come to Boston. We got all this stuff. We've got our history. You don't have anybody that like anybody really wanted to play.
By the way, just real quick, this isn't Red Sox. This is Willie Castro to the Chicago Cubs for prospects. Now, I think that's good for the Red Sox because they see Minnesota selling everybody. So it's like, all right, get on it. Let's see what we can do here.
They finally announced everything with the Jake Bird to the Yankees. And it is official. The Rangers have an agreement to acquire Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
That's from John Gambadoro of Arizona Sports. So the Merrill Kelly thing has... Next!
I don't know what to do. And by the way, I know you mentioned my hair earlier. It's a nervous habit. When I get nervous and stuff, I just usually just like rub my head. So I'm just like,
I've got this like pop out on the side of my beard that's just been driving me absolutely insane. Cause like it's smooth on like one side, and like right here it just kind of curls. So when I'm looking at the camera, like it looks completely off because it's like this just like my cheek just did this bump. Considering I told Al, and everybody else say this, I told Al I was really excited. I'm a very big guy. I don't care. I'm wearing an extra large Jared Saltalamacchia jersey I had when he played here, and I'm like, what would make this day so much assuring than to wear Salty as a jersey right now? Because if they did good, I'd be fine. If they didn't do anything, I'd be salty.
Right.
So, kind of a little throw to the Red Sox. So,
from Jack Curry, yes, on Twitter, who does stuff with the Yes Network. So that's the Yankees network. Yankees have traded Oswald Peraza to the Angels. So now even the Angels have made it, another move. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure out what's the direction here. Has Craig Breslow, has John Henry been like, guys, we're not going to do anything. We're saving money. Just go home. We're going to roll with what we got. If we get there, great. If not, it is what it is. Because it's starting to look hopeless. Oh, wait a minute, Topher. Wait a minute. According to John Morosi, the Red Sox have made a late effort to acquire Joe Ryan, source says. Come on, Craig. Make this deal. Make this deal.
Yeah, here's my thought that I'm going into.
And I'm sorry that I keep interrupting you. I really
it's okay. It's okay. I heard from a mutual friend. His handle is Primetime Mike. He's my friend Mike, who always a fan of the podcast. His comment to me was the Red Sox were in on Suarez, hoping to play first base, but he wanted to know what's their obsession with guys playing first base that never have. I could tell this to Mike because I'll tell him he's a part of it, and this way he can listen to it later, the jerk. When they acquired Kyle Schwarber, which Al brought up, the initial aspect was get a power bat that you can actually utilize for some juice in the offense, which was beautiful. The idea is to swap out outfielders, or even the swap out of the DH position, but also see if Schwarber wanted to function as a first baseman, which some outfielders do. Some outfielders, they don't want to run around. They don't want to sit the DH section. What do? They try to field ground balls at first. And I'm okay with that. Because, you know something? If you worked out as a first baseman, you would have had more powerhouse on that bat, and it would have been great. Al would have loved it. Look at his face.
So per industry sources for the Minnesota Twins, the Twins are still in sell mode and are expected to trade right-handed starter Joe Ryan as well. So there it is.
Ooh.
They're willing to trade it. Get the deal done. If you have to overpay a little bit, you're getting a number 2 pitcher with 2 years of control behind Garrett Crochet. Get the deal done, Craig. Now, the only way that I'm going to get pissed is if 2 things happen. Number 1, if Joe Ryan ends up a Yankee, because you know very well that could happen. Or if number 2, if they don't get Joe Ryan, then they don't go and shift to like Edward Cabrera or Sandy Alcantara or Zach Gallen. You need one of those 4 guys. Ideally, it's Joe Ryan, but like...
Oh, wait a minute. Do we? This might be even breaking.
What? What do we got?
Sir, are you with us?
I
don't know. He might be there. He might not be there. He might be checking in. I don't know.
There's a funny tweet that said the Yankees are acquiring right-hander Kenny Powers from the Arizona Diamondbacks for Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn. That was funny. I just saw that.
Well, I've got this as a piece from from one of our SSBN's own, Steve Scott Jr. Don't worry, everyone. Breslow's just waiting till 5:59 p.m. to make a move. That's gonna be Al by the time we hit 5:59.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can handle this for 20 more minutes. Again, just get a pitcher. I don't even care at this point. First base, fine. You figure it out. Like if Christian Campbell's good enough to come back up and play first base, fine. Great. Like I've lowered my expectations on that. Go get Joe Ryan. Go get him. And I'm hoping it's just for prospects.
I've even heard to the fact that like people are willing to go to the airport and drive whoever the hell is in this trade to go for it. I'd be okay with that.
Apparently MLB on Fox, so the Fox Sports MLB account, they deleted a tweet, and I think it had something to do with Joe Ryan to the Red Sox because Coley Mick and Tyler Milliken are furious at them. Furious.
Oh no.
So something happened. Oh man, for anybody that's in the chat too, please feel free to fire questions off because Topher and I definitely could use them as we're frantically scrolling, frantically looking for anything in this MLB stream.
Well, I think we're having one of the SSBN guys like trying to like check in, but he keeps on getting disconnected. So
good old Steve Scott and his connection.
That's going to be my that'll be my mention. I'm going to send that over to him.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to jump on, and then the Red Sox get Joe Ryan. He's going to be like, "See, I'm the reason." Which, hey, like, more power to you. Come on, make this happen.
Uh-oh. I have to see if it's an ad.
Oh my
god! I'm trying to see if I can.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. They showed the deleted tweet from MLB Fox Sports, and it said Joe Ryan trade to the Red Sox. Oh, that's terrible. I'm
Hello,
so.
Sir.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Gilly, how are you, buddy?
Oh wow, Gilly.
Good. How are you?
Welcome in, bud.
Hi, buddy.
Thank you. I'm just in time for the this Joe Ryan blow up. My God.
Oh my
So
god,
it's not real.
Gilly, you think they're gonna get him?
I hope so, but Alex Spear just said no.
Well, wait a minute. Morosi, I think, because Morosi and Yahoo Sports, the Boston Red Sox have acquired all-star pitcher Joe Ryan from the Minnesota Twins. Let's hope that's real. Let's hope that is real.
That could have also been the deleted piece, though. Careful.
I know.
And Gilly, thank you, by the way, for being the first SSBN boy on the show.
Oh, is that
Yes,
is that true? That's crazy.
That is true.
I get from the Atlanta airport over here.
Gilly, believe me,
Are you
I
in
am
the
happy
Atlanta
to see
airport?
you.
Are you serious?
Oh, that's awesome.
I am. I swear to God. I walked by. I saw Dwight Howard like 2 hours ago.
Do you really?
Walked by him, right by him. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hey, sign
It's
my
an honor.
collar.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Gilly, good
Wow,
to see you. Congratulations. I heard you're soon to be a man off the market for all the boys and girls, huh?
Yeah. Yes, boys and girls. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, September. Can't wait.
Gilly, I am so happy to see you. Believe me, this Joe Ryan thing is just consuming my brain right now. So forgive me,
Dude,
brother.
I know. No, not at all. It's good to see you guys too. This is very important. I am very excited about Joe Ryan, if it's real.
God. I mean,
I'm hoping so. I keep on like refreshing
did
my
I-
pages.
I saw Sean Palmer report, or he's the one who tweeted. Alex Spear says Joe Ryan is not happening, but I didn't actually see it from Alex Spear.
that was this morning, though, I thought.
So 9 minutes
yeah.
ago.
Why is he tweeting that? Like when this is.
So, because that was this morning, I'm pretty sure, right? And also, why would Morosi put out that the Red Sox are trying to make a late push?
Because they probably don't have anybody else, so they've probably exhausted resources where they don't want to push women. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is also so Red Sox Palace, which they're probably just going off the Morosi thing. Red Sox have made a late effort to acquire Joe Ryan. That was 7 minutes ago.
I know.
But then the bigger news that they're pushing is Joe Ryan will be traded by the trade deadline.
Right.
So if that be the case, who's pushing for him? And if it's us,
I know. Like,
what is the cost though? That's what I don't.
So we were talking about
I'm
it. Like,
worried. You think Marcelo Meyer?
I don't think Meyer would be in it because Meyer's going to be the future shortstop, right? Unless they're concerned about
but at the same time, they just dealt Correa.
Yeah,
I know, but they just dealt Correa, so it's like they have an opening there, so they're like, oh, we could use a middle infielder for the future.
Gilly, what position does the password play? He plays third base, doesn't he?
No, I think he's center field.
Is he really? He's an outfielder? I thought he was an infielder.
I thought he was like a corner outfielder, but I think he's been playing center field for the Red Sox. It could be.
Okay.
His body type does not strike me as center field, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's been doing some time in center field.
Okay.
I would Google him, but I don't think I could type it out.
Oh my god.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
he's definitely an outfielder.
Oh my god.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god. It's happened.
Topher.
Surprise.
Topher. Don't do that, Steve. Great to see you, buddy.
Happy to
Topher. Don't do that.
That's. I think that's more exciting than Joe Ryan. I don't think so. But...
Happy to be here. What the hell's going on?
Dude, Steve, you are now number 2 of the SSBN boys to be on this channel.
Let's go.
Gilly beat you from the airport.
Dude, I love it. What's the vibe here? What are you guys talking about?
Joe Ryan. That's what we're talking about.
There is hit or miss.
We're trying to figure out if anything's real.
There was a tweet by Fox about John Morosi stating that Ryan is acquired by the Red Sox. So we're playing devil's advocate between everything.
And Yahoo Sports too. Yahoo Sports had it as well.
No way.
Oh boy.
Steve,
Dude, if it doesn't
would
happen
you do
now,
Marcelo Meyer for him?
would I? I don't know, dude. I'm thinking I wouldn't like that, to be honest with you. But hey, you know what? If it happens, fuck it. I'm in. But
Steve, by the way, according to your Twitter, you don't need Tommy John, you need Tommy Thumb.
Thank you. I agree. And my thumb is broken, so that's why I came on here. This is fucking painful.
Yahoo freaking deleted it. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I'm gonna be so upset.
This is why the show was the trade deadline sweats.
If I'm gonna just say this, if Craig Breslow doesn't close the deal now on Joe Ryan and he doesn't get anything, people are gonna be calling for his head. People are literally going to be calling for his head, and people are going to be calling for John Henry's head as well. Like they need to get this done now.
Well, you forget to the fact that like a lot of people have already called for John Henry's head multiple times.
No. Worse than ever, because now you have multiple outlets reporting it, and now you're telling me that all of a sudden you're not going to get him?
I'm holding faith. I'm hoping to God that someone pulls a rabbit out of the hat. But I will make this statement. If to the fact that the Red Sox do actually acquire Joe Ryan, then anybody putting sweat on Breslow, yeah, that's got to go out the wayside.
What do you mean?
He's finally done what Red Sox have been like. Well, Red Sox fans have been like calming him to do, and he actually pulls off something.
Oh, you're saying if they pull off the trade? I'm sorry,
yes.
I got you.
Okay, so this is what John Morosi has stated. After missing out on Merrill Kelly, the Red Sox are making the late push for Joe Ryan. So he said. So Francis Romero suggests the Twins are likely to deal the right-hander amidst what has become a shocking big sell-off. So that's where the last-ditch effort has gone on for Joe Ryan because they missed out on Merrill Kelly, which that will make sense because they lost him to They lost him to Texas.
Yeah. Oh my God. I saw a breaking, but it was Shams Charania, and he broke the news on Michael Bridges' 4-year extension with the Knicks.
Right now?
Oh my God.
Not
What the-
now,
Wait,
James.
do the Knicks have a coach now?
Yeah, Mike Brown.
Oh God. What did they have to pay him?
Good amount, I think. Carabas is I love Jared Carabas. He is a good guy, and he's always been great to me. But apparently, the update from him on the baseball is dead. Trade deadline.
Eyeballs emoji.
No, I don't know if you guys know on Twitter, Garrett Mashburn, who does like all the stuff for Section 10, like history stuff, like keeps track of like suspensions and stuff like that. He said, update from Jared. This was 10 minutes ago. Lots going on, lots of moving parts. We will love some parts, might not love others. I'm going to pass out. So
nothing.
Yep. Oh, 42 seconds ago from Franzi Romero. The Red Sox are desperately trying to acquire Joe Ryan in the final minutes of the trade deadline.
You know, I'm glad
Romero will not be
Just
traded.
have a piece of cake. Steve's tweet with what's his name's face might actually come to fruition with the eyeball.
It's coming. Yeah, Squidward. I just gotta say I'm happy that we're in this moment together, boys. You know,
I know.
regardless. We
I
got
am
12
too,
minutes.
like-
Yeah, this is legendary. This is history right now we're living through.
But by the way, I have to ask
Nestor
you guys,
Cortez to the Padres.
Yeah,
Really?
I just saw that.
Really?
Rosenthal put that out. Yeah, Rosenthal just put it out.
I don't know what the Brewers are doing. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Okay.
Sox got
looks
Dustin
like,
May. Sox getting Dustin May right now?
Sox,
Amir?
Red Sox in talks for Dustin May. That's not bad, but I wouldn't love
Joe
that.
Ryan.
Sandy is off the table.
Sandy's off the table.
Yeah, that's
you
what
weren't
Craig
a,
Mish
you weren't a
just
fan of
reported.
that in the first place.
The Boston
No, I was
Red Sox are acquiring right-hander Dustin May from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Okay.
Passing.
Random.
But I think that means they're out on Ryan. That has to, right?
Both. Give me both.
Not
There's-
necessarily, because
There's no way they're getting both, right?
why not?
I wonder what they're getting though. I mean, what they're giving up for.
Oh, the one of the things I can see probably for that is salary dump. So just give a bum, get Dustin May, get some money off the books for like a couple things that the Dodgers are doing. That could be at least a good thing. So
Oh yeah,
let's see how that goes.
yeah. Heyman, yeah. Gilly, is this what you were talking about with Alcantara 44 seconds ago? He's staying put in Miami. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, Craig, the Marlins guy, Craig Mish, I think,
Yeah.
was
I saw
reporting that. So
that.
at least it's narrowing down the options. Which again, if Dustin May's it, that's fine, I guess.
Carabas
He's got
says
potential,
with
but
the pitching, it's not one or the other. So okay. So that's okay news.
man, Twins must just be asking for too much.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah, but the Dodgers probably just want depth for the minor leagues.
yeah.
Yeah, the control of the years is basically what you're paying for. You're not just paying for Joe Ryan. You're also paying for his for like the.
Is it 2 more years after this one?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Matt McCarthy does not like that Dustin May trade. He just put gross in all caps.
I don't hate
Well,
it.
it depends
until I know
also
the
on
price.
what you get for him, though, too.
It's a back
You
end
know?
of the rotation. It's a back end of the rotation deal.
I mean, he's got great stuff.
Well, I mean, Walker Buehler had good stuff, and like he came over from the Dodgers, and look what happened to him.
It is true. This is true.
Sandy off the board, it appears. Yeah, let me know that. Isn't it going to be weird
I'm
too
kinda
that
surprised
Zach
the Dodgers
Gallen?
did that.
I was going to say, isn't it going to be surprising that Zach Gallen's going to stay? Is going to stay in Arizona?
Yeah, I thought the Cubs were going to get him. Yeah, I had a lock that the Cubs were going to
Mackenzie
get
Gore
him.
get
I
traded?
think they'll sign him in off season.
I think so too.
No, I don't think so. They don't have any rush to do that though.
The Cubs, I
he's
feel
signed
like-
for 2 more years. I think.
I was going to say, I feel like the Cubs have been linked to him.
Jose Caballero hooking players in Ray's dugout. He'll be on the move, or he's just emotional.
And don't forget too, like I said, after 6 o'clock, there's usually a couple of trades that like trickle in.
Well, we got 8 minutes left. Like I said, there's plenty of the push. I think like this is my opinion, and this is where like people might be getting overzealous with things. The first thing is like when you're pushing for everything that you're doing, you still want to hear to the fact that you're getting the best deal. So they may not be, okay, Red Sox, let's do this, but let's hold this on the table that we got you. Let's just like give it a minute. The other thing is it could be like one or two pieces that are holding up the deal, which has happened. But if anybody else is actually offering the Twins that could be like a better option for the trade, that might be the other thing that people are looking for.
Yankees are getting Jose Caballero from the Rays.
Oh, Jesus.
They're making a lot of nickel and dime moves. My God.
Our friend of the podcast, Emerson Lazia, posts says the Red Sox have acquired All-Star Joe Ryan. It was a screenshot of the Yahoo Sports breaking news. And he says, never forget the Joe Ryan era in Boston, which could have been like 3 seconds.
Don't do that.
Stuff like that, though, like makes you laugh.
No, it does. It does. I know. From Justin Havens with Dustin May, real quick. Hitters are bad. Batters are hitting 111 against Dustin May's four-seamer this year, second lowest mark in the MLB with a minimum of 200 pitches. Batters are hitting 520 against Dustin May's cutter this season, second highest mark in the MLB, minimum 100 pitches. So in other words, don't throw your cutter, Dustin May. Throw fastballs. Just stick with it.
Wow. Kendra Middleton came out and said to Jeff Bazan's post about the Red Sox acquiring Dustin May, blue balled.
Rays are acquiring Adrian Hauser from the White Sox. Cubs acquiring Taylor Rogers from the Pirates. I don't know.
So weird.
That is weird. Wait a minute. I thought, who was the Rogers that went to the Mets? Was that Tyler Rogers? Who was the besides?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I misspoke earlier when I said Taylor Rogers.
Irish
My bad.
the other one.
Oh my God! Come on.
Because that was he was part of the Brian Hayes trade.
Yeah.
Okay, now everything's trickling in.
Yeah. Does anybody know Dustin May's contract?
I'm looking that up right now.
Reliever Phil Matten going to the Texas Rangers from the St. Louis Cardinals. Rangers are buying.
Yeah, I mean, Dustin May, is he in his first year of arbitration? He's got to have a lot of control left, right?
Yeah, that would make sense. True Rental, who's having a down year coming off of significant injuries. That's what Alex Barth said about Dustin May.
I mean, Dustin May's 27, so he's not too bad. His 25, he signed through 2025. He's 1 year, 214. So he's a free agent in 26. So I can't see them giving up anything heavy. Considering the fact that Blake Snell is supposed to be coming back from a rehab start, and getting rid of a pitcher that's going to like cloud that within Dustin May wouldn't be like a bad option.
Yep. Oh boy, I don't love this. Ugh.
4 minutes left to sweat, boys.
Yeah. I don't.
Up. Hold on. Let me get Steve back in the mix.
I don't think this is happening.
Yo.
No, welcome back, Steve.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm getting a little tense.
Everybody's fine. I mean, Gilly's at the
We're
airport.
flushing
We're just
Bruce.
relaxing.
Blue sky.
Phil Matan traded to the Rangers.
Yeah, we saw that.
I'm refreshing as quickly as I can.
I know, I am too. Zolak and Bertrand, Sox fans, Joe Ryan would be nice. John Henry, and it's a picture of what is that? In Sync singing, and it's going to be May. So they have like a boy band singing it.
Horrible.
Oh, I thought that was 40 seconds ago. I was going to get so happy. Man, please just
tell you what, hey, low key, the Athletics are going to be good in like 2 years.
I agree.
Maybe 3. They're going to be like a wagon, and they're going to be so cheap.
4 minutes ago, Passon said the Red Sox are working on something bigger. Like, there's no way that Dustin May has to be that bigger one, right? There's no way.
Well, they still haven't reported the full.
Yeah.
Right? Have you guys seen anything on what it costs?
Unless the one thing I could say is, the one thing I'm thinking is they did a 3-team trade to where Joe Ryan is coming here and they're acquiring someone else as well in the swing. Which, I mean, if that's the case, then you're looking at top prospects and probably like a Major League Baseball person. But who the person would be?
Sure. Wow. Joe Ryan is a free agent after this year, by the way. That's crazy.
I thought he had one more year left to control.
Yeah, he's a restricted
I thought so too.
agent.
I just looked at his SPO track. That makes no sense.
That's weird.
No, he's got 2 years restricted. He's got
happened
2
so
years
fast.
restricted control.
They got to say something at this point. They got to say either it's about to be dead or
2 minutes.
Yeah, Cotillo said Dustin May, like Steven Matz, is a free agent after the season and a pure rental.
Yeah, so they probably gave up garbage. Matt McCarthy from 98.5 is going the same thing. Joe Ryan a bust.
Yeah, which makes sense. Passing on ESPN said Sox working hard to get Ryan deal done.
So they could have like a stretch of a deal.
Minute.
They just got to.
Yeah, but don't forget Gilly too. They register a couple minutes after. So
Duvall to the Yankees? Oh no!
Wait, what?
No.
What? What happened?
No, I'm just
Neil
saying.
Duvall traded to the Yankees. That's crazy. They got Bednar and Duvall.
Oh, that's good. Who reported that, Gilly?
That's Jack Curry from Yes.
Oh yeah, I was looking at him earlier. Wow, that's good for the Yankees. They knew they had a bad bullpen. Wow,
That's a loaded bullpen all of a sudden.
That's a damn good bullpen.
Right? You got like 4 closers. I know.
Steve Buchanan from DraftKings just said Craig Breslow taking off from Fenway today after the trade deadline ends. It's basically him driving by Encore as the police escort in a trash can. I mean in a trash truck. But he said he will delete the tweet if they trade for Joe Ryan.
Well, time to find out. This is the moment.
Yep, he's next like 5 minutes.
Whew. Why did the Giants do that? Duvall.
I think they're like low key selling.
I don't get it.
I think since the Devers trade, they've just been bad.
Yeah.
Oh God, they've like gone way downhill.
Want something. I don't care about football right now.
Yeah, that's happening next week.
It's actually a game tonight. Lions and Rams, I think, play tonight.
Oh, good God.
Come on, give me something.
Well, the White Sox won't be trading Lewis Robert Jr.
They're not trading him, right?
No, I thought his name was going to be called, only because like there was a lot of people that talked about him and like wanting his bat. but
Oh my God, they didn't get him. The Red Sox, Cotillo a minute ago, the Red Sox made 2 deals, Mats in May. That's all source confirms.
Wow.
Oh, God. That's awful.
Thank you for nothing, you son of a bitch.
That's awful. Wow.
You son of an absolute bitch.
You blew it.
well, give it your 10, because there have been times that they've done the same thing. Sources confirm that this didn't, and they got the deal in.
No, it's over. If Cotillo's putting it out there, it's over. Oh, that's
Fucking
Charlie Morton going to the Tigers. Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh,
Tigers
that's
making
gonna
moves.
hurt.
Oh, that's brutal.
Again, how did we lose out to the Blue Jays and Tigers? Is crazy. Not that we wanted Charlie Morton, but like, come on, they made more
Blue
of an
Jays
effort.
are firing Lewis Varland. That's terrible.
a fucking letdown.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Whoever put those tweets up for Fox Sports and Yahoo should be fired.
Well, they probably had everything like announced and ready to go.
Brett, I don't care. I don't care. Breslow blew it. That's you.
It's Drake May season soon anyway.
Thank God. Wow. I'm good.
On a lighter note, Gilly, what do you think
L.
of the layout, though, buddy?
The layup?
Yeah, the layout. The stream layout that you're on right now.
Oh, I do like that actually. Yeah, I'm in the Patriots corner. Yeah. I didn't know what you meant for a second. Sorry. I do like it. That's how I feel emotionally right now. Onto the Patriots.
Yeah. They did it again. They got our hopes.
How many wins? How many wins do you
Thank
guys?
you for nothing.
How many wins for the Patriots this year?
8.
8. Come on.
Minimum.
Double digits. Give me double digits.
Sure, 10. I'm in.
I think I'm 11.
I can.
I'm all in.
I can. Let's go. I hope so.
I want Drake May. Wild card. I still, I don't know, not delusional, but I still believe. Joe Ryan. Oh no. It's over. It's over.
Yep.
Well, you do know to the fact that like, there's going to be probably more booing and everything than expected at Fenway. Can't do it right now with the rain.
Mackenzie Gore didn't get traded either.
That was another shocker. I expected him out the door like as well. So much.
No one from the MLB roster to the Dodgers for Dustin May.
Wow. See, this is a hard tweet to read. James Scaramazino actually comments, Red Sox ownership does not care about winning or their fans. That's the message they sent today. And we lost Steve and Gilly.
So the prospect that's going to the Dodgers is James Tibbs III, who's the same guy that the Red Sox got in the Devers trade.
So your West Coaster come out east just to go out west again. Wow. All right.
That's terrible. Meanwhile, the Rays added another closer, Griffin Jacks from the. Also, like, what did the Twins expect? Like, I don't know what the Twins are doing because they're just going to lose Joe Ryan at the end of this year potentially anyway, or next year, whenever.
Well, they got a draft choice out of him if he actually is if you can give him like a deal. It looks like Yahoo.
James Tibbs.
Yeah, the dude they got from the Devers trade.
That kind of kills me that we're just using that on a rental.
Yeah, that's
the worst part that like people are hating even more about this is not only Fox Sports but Yahoo Sports basically made the same Joe Ryan graphic but like in different methods to the fact that he was being courted over to Boston. Blue Jays are acquiring Louis Varland and Ty France. That's 5 minutes after the trade deadline.
wow.
Oh.
Chris Cotillo, 33 seconds ago. This tells you everything you need to know. Source on Red Sox pursuit of Joe Ryan. Quote, not even close. So this is what it comes back to. We're getting reports from Morosi and all these other guys that they're pushing hard for Joe Ryan. How hard could you have pushed if you got other sources saying it's not even close? Where's the consistency? Where?
I want to know what was offered in the case. Because if you offered 2 top prospects and like a sweetener and you still said no, then yeah, it's on the Twins. But if you're going like, okay, 2 garbage guys and Masahiro Yoshida, then yeah, if I'm the Twins, I'm like definitely saying no and thinking like, what the hell are you even thinking? There's got to be something that like held the deal, and it's either on the Red Sox side, which everybody can blame Breslow at that point, or it's the other factor is it's on the Twins side, and you got to point to the Twins and be like, hey, what the hell did you do?
I know. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with this. This was. I need time to process this. Ugh.
Oh, poor Al.
They did it again. Got my hopes up for half an hour. Had my hopes up, thinking, okay, you bring in Joe Ryan. Now you got a real chance to push because then you would have had Crochet, Joe Ryan, Brian Bayo. Oh my God, why can't I think? Obviously, Dustin May now. And then, why can't I think of the other starter right now besides Bayo? Oh, and Lucas Giolito. Sorry. And Lucas Giolito. That's a pitching staff that gives you a shot in October.
Yep. That's okay. Like remember the deal that Dylan Cease going between the Astros because they were expecting him to go? That didn't even get done. So Dylan Cease is still in San Diego. A couple guys that are just basically like still sitting there that should have been traded.
Yep.
Joe Ryan, Mackenzie Gore, Sandy Alcantara, Edward Cabrera, Zach Gallen, which you called, Steve Kwan, Lewis Robert Jr. Let me see if I can see the other. Somebody actually posted the list. Andrew Heaney and Dennis Santana. This is from Jim Bowen. So most of those guys were eyeballed at some point or another by somebody in an organization that they were going for them, and they're left off the board. That's good. That's horrible.
Yeah, I have nothing left to say. I don't know.
Okay, that's weird.
Listen, Topher, I got to take off in a second, but I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate talking this deadline with you. I wish I could say that it was a success for the Red Sox because it wasn't. Once again, they failed. Once again, John Henry failed. Once again, Craig Breslow failed at the deadline. Just saying. It's a failure. I don't care. You got Steven Matz that's going to help you out of the pen. Dustin May is fine as a back end of the rotation starter. You could have used the number 2 behind Crochet. You didn't do it. I don't care what anybody says. You did not help this team the way that they deserved it. And now, when they don't make the playoffs again, it's going to come back to the deadline, and Breslow is going to be in major hot water.
I'm just looking at this as anything. The resurgence of the Red Sox from July reminds me of like other years where they have this really good resurgence. It's like, hey, let's go get guys. Let's go, like, make a push. Let's do everything. And it's just flat.
Yep.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Al, thank you much for showing up. Anybody who listens, go check out Big Al. He's at Tuck Rules Takes. He is Al Nahegan. He is a wonderful man. He's got that really good hair that he loves playing with when he's nervous. We're trying to give him a good smile because that's basically how it goes. Al, thank you immensely for checking in with us and joining us on this disappointing day.
Of course, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, buddy. Anytime.
All right, talk soon.
Later, bud. Oh. So, I'll give my take with this. And this is where I could say, like, I'm really disappointed. I expected the Red Sox to have an out. And the out was to go and acquire something because you gave up a blue chip, so to speak. Your blue chip was Rafael Devers. You gave him up. You basically got a couple pieces, and now you've sent one of those pieces back to the West Coast for Dustin May. So who did you give up in the post? Nothing. So the question is, how much and how big of a swing did Craig Breslow make? How big of a push did he make? Mass Live's Chris Cotillo basically hears from a source. Two sides were not even close to completing a trade, which either means to the fact that, like, Joe Ryan was asked about, it was talked, what can we do to get him? And we want Marcelo Meyer. No. Well, we want Roman Anthony. No. We want Zidane Rafaela. No. Well, who can we have? Points to 5 people and says, take your pick. And by the way, check out our farm system. Take a look. And they said, no. In that case, you can't blame Breslow. You can only work with what you have. And you can only take for, like, what you're basically being given. In this manner, it really kind of sucks. Because in the outskirts of what you're looking at and how you're looking at it, you can come out swinging for the fences all you want. At the end of the day, if you don't hit the home run, you still lose. And that's basically what happened here. Breslow went and he got 2 out of the possibly 4 pieces I knew he was looking for. What's the couple things he wanted? He wanted pitching. He wanted that number 2 in order to handle right behind Garrett Crochet. He did not acquire that. He wanted some bullpen depth in order to relax everything because of the couple injuries. He got that in Steven Matz. He got that in Dustin May. Is it a positive? We'll have to see how that carries. He wanted an actual first baseman. What was the reason for the first baseman? He wanted to take away the platoon and focus on where he wanted to go. Where did that get him? Nowhere, because he didn't acquire one. And of course, he wanted something that gave a little bit more pop. Well, you could have got that out of the first baseman. You could have got that out of anybody you traded for. What did that grant you? Again, nothing. You got your 2 pitchers out of the 3 that you wanted, and you didn't even get the first baseman. So, you made a good step in ways and forms of trading Rafael Devers, because it, quote unquote, to people and fans made the team worse, but then you saw a resurgence in the Sox and it made the team better. Now that the trade deadline has passed, you safely kept Jarren Duran, which a lot of people were on the fence of wanting him gone. Other people wanted him to stay. Well, we've got him. He's ours. But you didn't go after the bigger fish that you needed. That's the hurtful aspect of what you have to see going forward in this trade deadline. That's the part that disappoints me, and I think made Al a little bit more disappointing within what he acquired for pitchers. Now, can Steven Matz be like a back-end rotation guy, just like Dustin May? Yes. Is it something that screams these 2 are the saviors of the Boston Red Sox, that they're going to go out and wow, for what they did, and they're going to dominate now the AL East? No. Because the Blue Jays went out and got pitching. The Blue Jays went out and acquired people that made them better. A first-place team did better than you. That's why they're in first. Better yet, the second-place team just did just that. They went out and acquired people to make them better. And what does that do to you? It makes you a struggling ball club that is going to have more issues going forward on the wild card space, because you're not going to be able to handle what you have. You're going to have to face these 2 teams. And granted, you could be winners against Tampa so far. You could be winners against the Yankees. You could be winners against the Blue Jays. You still have to face them with their new acquirement. And you're going to face them with your newer acquirement, and what's that going to do? Nothing. I hope I'm wrong, but the tweets and everything that you're looking at basically are asking for Breslow's head. And it's not anything that you can really see. I feel bad for Jared Carrabis because he's been live streaming for 5 hours, waiting for the Red Sox Joe Ryan rumors to come to fruition. It's just basically a kick. Not doing whatever it took to get Joe Ryan is so incredibly disappointing. Felt like the thing was on the 5-yard line and it didn't get done. Time will tell, though, like what actually came about. Because, like I said, it could have been you're at the 5-yard line and interception. There goes the game. It also could have been a 5-yard line and turnover over on downs because they pitched so many things And you just kept on saying no, 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 and nothing came about it. Oh, just I feel for Red Sox Nation in every which way, shape, and form. You have so much hype with this team. Between finally seeing your youngsters play, finally seeing everything that you wanted to come into fruition. You wanted to see a team work, gel, be exactly what they needed to, and the only thing you're seeing is to the fact that your GM or whatever his full title is or whatever now has egg on his face, because this should have been a really big day for Red Sox fans to get a quality pitcher and to go out and get something. This leaves so many options on the table that it's kind of disappointing. I don't know what to say. But as it is, this was a special rendition of Boston Concessions. I thank everybody for checking in. Having two of the SSBN boys in here, you have no idea how happy that made me. Seeing Gilly come in and also Steve Scott checking in and out. Me putting on this salty jersey, which makes me really salty now. I don't know what to say. But we'll see how everything goes. Football talk coming up the next time we're on. We'll have the first talk of the first football game for the season and a preseason game. We'll have a little bit more live coverage with things coming up Red Sox. And of course, Bruins and Celtics as they come. This has been Boston Concessions. I'm your host, Topher. We are an SSBN podcast. We are on YouTube live nightly, 2 nights a week. We're also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can get your podcasts for the later parts. Please check us out. Give us a follow. Give us some love. And I will be back on Sunday night into Monday morning, probably talking more of the outcome as more things get thrown and more stuff turns in for what Craig Breslow swung and missed himself. To that, have a good rest of your evening or morning or wherever you're listening to us. Till then, guys, take care.